What is going on? Welcome to another installment of the Sunday Q&A. In today's installment, we are driving the Hellcat. So I've actually been driving this car around quite a bit, and it's really hard not to go over the speed limit in this car. I mean, yesterday I was entering the highway doing like 150. So, yeah. But yeah, another episode of the Sunday Q&A. Today I'm over at the coffee shop, but they're actually closed down, which is kind of disappointing, but the internet's still working. So I'm uploading a video, the new Charger Hellcat Magnum build. If you guys are interested in checking that out, it's gonna be live tomorrow. And yeah, just kind of the first episode of the build. So really all I'm doing is getting the car ready to kind of get a base so I can start adding sheet metal to it. But yeah, I think it's going to be a pretty interesting build. I can't wait to actually see it with a hatch or something on it. But it should be a fun ride. So once it has a hatch and we have all the structure done on the body, I can go ahead and paint it. But I still need to decide what color I'm actually going to go with, because I don't want it to, I almost want it to be this red that the Hellcat is, but I almost don't want it to be this red. So I could almost paint it. I was almost thinking either the green that comes on the Hellcats, the like that olive drab pearl metallic, or I could do a like the Honda NSX yellow, like Trevor Civic. I was also thinking about that color would be really cool. But then it'd be yellow. So, I mean, it probably looked pretty sick, but I'm still debating what color I really want to choose for this car. And then kind of go from there, because I need to buy the paint and everything. Like I said, with the green, if I got the green, I'm going to paint the FD that color anyway. So, I mean, it's a win-win, but then I don't know. I have cars that are the same color, so it really doesn't matter. So what are you guys doing on this? I mean, it's kind of cold here. Most people are probably inside, but on this cold Sunday, it's almost afternoon. Actually it is afternoon because it's 12:30. But let's see what you guys are saying. Hey Dave, what's up? How much for the car head? I already sold that thing. I sold that thing like it was like a day and a half. I had that thing for a day and a half and sold it. So yeah, I don't have it. I don't have that VTEC head anymore. Probably be closed because of Easter. I don't know. They really didn't look like it didn't look like the coffee shop that would be closed for Easter, because they look like they're kind of like hipsters. So I really doubt they go to church. Yeah, they don't look like they go to church. So I'm thinking it's probably because hasn't been enough business, and I have seen quite a few big chains closing down. I guess after this whole thing's over, I heard that old Chicago is going to be no more. Supposedly Buffalo Wild Wings is in the same boat. So it just kind of sucks that this whole thing is just destroying corporations. I mean, really, Walmart's coming out on top. All the big corporations are just winning. I don't know. It's just stupid. So I mean, if there's restaurants you like to go to, they're probably not going to be open anymore because they went out of business. But yeah, hopefully this coffee shop doesn't go out of business, because they have 500 megabytes a second up and down, which is so nice for uploading videos. That's why I come here and always buy coffee, just to kind of like support them and keep them open, because they have like this super dope internet. If I could get this internet at my house, I would have it. But I live in like the middle of nowhere, and to get the line ran to my house, it'd be like, I think they said like $100,000, because the closest line, fiber line, is I think like 10 miles away or something. So yeah, I don't know. I just really like coming here, drinking some coffee, uploading my video. It's just kind of a break. I like a change in scenery. That's why during the week, I never make food. I actually am pretty good at cooking, but I hate cleaning stuff up, like cleaning all the dishes and pans and stuff. So I go out and eat every day. And I go to a different restaurant every time, and I like to sit down, and it's just kind of nice. Just a change of scenery every day. I mean, I really don't like eating the same thing. it's just kind of crappy that you can't go sit down anywhere and eat anything. Let's see. Can we get a live mini burnout today? Nah, I mean, I did one in the Magnum. It seemed like it took more it was more effort than people cared about. So maybe one of these days. Hey, Dave from Peru. What's going on, Richard? Hey, brother, how are you doing? Man, stay blessed always. Yeah, you too. Dennis. Hello from Estonia. What's up? The GSR one, it is gone. Hello from Finland. What's up, Martin? B5 blue. I mean, I don't know if it'll look good in blue. I mean, I've seen the new wide body Hellcats, the Charger Hellcats in blue, and that B5 blue, and just I don't know if it's not like a color that pops. I mean, it's like a really nice blue, but blue is just such a like subtle color. I mean, I used to have all my cars really subtle colors, like my 240 coupe. I had it blue because it's like less catchy when you see it drive by. I mean, it could be a shiny blue car, but at the same time, more people are going to be looking at like a bright yellow car or red car or something like that. I mean, maybe I could just like flip a quarter, do like a bracket with quarters, and then pick my color that way. I'm not sure yet, but or maybe I could just be like everybody else and be like, if you donate to my Patreon, you can pick the color of the new Hellcat. But yeah, no. So I do have a few people on my Patreon, which are true homies, but yeah, I really don't like really promoting it because I don't know, people have like this weird thing about people asking them to go on their Patreon, so I never even deal with it. So and then like I said, I was going to do Patreon only videos and people got sad. So I don't know. Purple, orange, and black. I don't know. Maybe like a Lamborghini orange. I don't really think like the plum crazy would look very good on it. It might, but I just think it would. I don't think the purple would look good on it. I just think it'd be too purple, too much purple. Yep, got a green Charger and love it. Yeah, I really like that color. It's just like I don't know what it is about it. It's not too bright, but in the sun it's like the red on the Hellcat. It's just really dark during like the evenings and at night, but during the day when the sun's on it, it looks totally different. How much for the truck? What truck? My F-350? Hit the like button. Thanks, Tony. Can't wait for the new video. Be safe from the UK. Thanks. Rev the Hellcat. Well, the Hellcat right now is off. It's not on. So if it was, you'd probably hear it. Can you find another GSR head? I'm sure there is one in a junkyard somewhere. I don't know. I've been thinking about going to the U-Pull yard every day just to do like I'd like a daily U-Pull video or something. Just be like, what can I find today? But I don't know. Hi, Dave. I'm working. Enjoy the channel. Thanks, Mark. Let's see. Have you done an 8-speed swap yet? I would like to swap in my 2010 Challenger SRT8. Yeah, I did the 8-speed and 392 swap in the Magnum. So that's pretty much what you're going to be doing. So I just watched those videos. It's pretty straightforward. Has there been any issues with the truck? Which truck? I mean, I have the F350, so no, I haven't had any issues with it. I drive the thing everywhere. Sunset orange, Dave, painted that color. You in Texas? No, I'm in Colorado. I haven't been to Texas in 5 months. I think it's been 5 months, maybe 6. No, I think 5 months was the last time I was there. Hey, Dave, it's Jonah from South Africa. Like your show, keep it up. Thanks. Any plans for a new build? Yeah, I'm building a new Charger Magnum. Or I was almost thinking about buying something else, but I don't know if I really want an old car. I found a 69 GTO Judge, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to have a Judge sitting around. I mean, do I really want to have a car that I can't sell for probably 5 years, maybe 10, sitting around? Because it's like I don't know. It's like they're probably like $75,000 cars. Maybe, I mean, you probably get 100 out of them, but yeah, I don't know. It's I don't know. I might do it because it'd be cool, and I'd have a 69 GTO Judge. I mean, that'd be tight. But I don't know. I've been thinking about it. Just kind of one of those things. I have all these cars, and I need to find a spot. I'd probably just park the FC outside instead, and then just park the Judge inside. But I guess we'll see. I mean, I'll know by next week if I'm gonna buy it or not. Then I have to go pick it up. So that's a whole nother story. Lemon head yellow will be nice. Has there been any issues with the truck? I have no clue what this guy's talking about. Lamborghini orange, yes. So the thing about Lamborghini colors is, so I have a quart of Lamborghini. I actually have 2 quarts of Lamborghini orange and 1 quart of Lamborghini yellow. The Lamborghini yellow is for the calipers on the VR4. Not exactly sure if I'm still going to paint them that color or not. I got that color a long time ago, but they mixed up the orange incorrectly, so they just gave them to me anyway. But the color, so a quart of the paint for the Lamborghini color, is was like almost $200 for no, not a quart. I mean a pint. A pint of Lamborghini, any Lamborghini color is like almost $200. So enough to paint a car. I mean, a gallon of that color would be quite a bit of money. So I don't know. I might do something close to that color, but I don't know. Maybe I'll do that color. Just kind of depends on how much people like the videos, because maybe I'll just whip up some colors and then have people decide. Maybe we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I need to get to the point where I'm going to paint the car, because I don't know. I really want to see this thing in one color with like the quarters done and stuff. Even without the doors on it, it'd just be cool to see like the quarter, like the chassis all done with the wide body quarter panels and the rear bumper or something and the hatch and all that stuff, and like the roof and everything. But I also thought about doing the whole roof on it in glass, like kind of like a Tesla. I think that'd be cool, because I saw this somebody did like this old E30 M3. It was like a convertible one or something, but they made a hard top and then they did the whole top in glass, and it looked super sick. So I don't know, maybe that'll be something else I have to decide. I want to try some cool stuff with this car. Maybe we'll see what happens. I don't know. It'll be an experience. No on the yellow. Let's see. Pick the color you like. Yes, F350. The F350 is perfect. I mean, I drive it around, no issues. I mean, I have like 91,000 miles on it now. I was actually looking at an F450 at the auction. So if you're really interested in it, we can make a deal. So I could get me an F450, because yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind having an F450. So no on the yellow. Audi RSX Nardo Gray. Nah, I don't think I'd ever do a car Nardo Gray. I just am not a fan of the color. It looks cool on some stuff, but I don't know. It's just so basic. It's just like a basic color. I'd probably wrap a car Nardo Gray, but I'd never paint a car Nardo Gray, just because it's literally, unless your car's like a base color. Like if I painted the Hellcat Nardo Gray, the paint on the car is worth more, makes the car worth more than it being Nardo Gray. So I'd probably just end up wrapping it instead. So yeah, let's see. Marlboro red, that'd be really bright. It'd have to be a metallic or something. Happy Easter, Dave. Happy Easter to you too. Hi, Dave from South Africa. Man, we have a few people from South Africa on here. That's kind of tight. How goes it from Canada? What's going on? Parts are hard to get on old cars. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, they are. You pretty much just have to buy a whole nother car to like a whole parts car. That's the easiest thing I've ever found to do. As long as you can find somewhere to store it, just get a parts car. Should I restore a 1982 Datsun 280Z? I mean, if you want to, I mean, I would. They're not as desirable as the ZXs aren't as desirable as the Zs, but at the end of the day, it's still a 280, and I mean, even the 260s and the 280Zs are less desirable than the 240s, but they're still Zs. I mean, they're getting older. They're kind of, they're all going to get worth more because the car's rusted pretty decently, and a lot of them were wrecked. I mean, the same thing with, what we see now with Hellcats and 240s, and they're mass producing these newer cars, but at the end of the day, how many Hellcats are going to be left after all these people that don't know how to drive them wreck them? I mean, they're pretty. I mean, you have to know how to drive. I mean, if I didn't know how to drive a Hellcat, I would have probably wrecked it like the first day I drove it, because the one thing about them that most people don't know I'm pretty sure nobody knows them when they first get them. If you have the red key in your pocket, so you can set it to 500 horsepower, but every time you key the car off and then get back in the car, it then turns it back up to 700 horsepower. So it resets it to, if you have custom settings, it will set them to those settings on the red key, but it won't keep it on, like if you just want to like kind of cruise around on like 500 and like street and stuff like that. If you have the red key in your pocket, which I always do, because you always need that extra couple hundred horsepower if somebody wants to race you. But yeah, I mean, I feel like that's the reason people think they turn it down to 500. Like they're probably like their first pull, they're like, oh man, this thing's super fast. So they're like 500, get out of the car, get back in the car. It's back on 700 horsepower. They're not expecting it to be on 700 horsepower because it doesn't go back into display for the SRT mode. It just goes to like your media, your climate control. And then they go like pull out a parking lot and like think they're ripping it on 500 and they're on like 700, and then they wreck the car. So I'm guessing that's maybe the reason why a lot of these get wrecked. It's kind of one of those things. It's like, ooh, it's back on 700. So I don't know. I just, if it's an older car, it's especially like an old Z, it's definitely going to be worth something eventually, because eventually there's not going to be very many of them left. I mean, already they're getting depleted pretty fast. A lot of them go to the scrap yards, get crushed, and a lot of people really don't care about them. They're really an overlooked classic car. The same thing goes with the Mark III Supras. I think eventually the Mark III Supra is going to quadruple in price and far, far, far surpass the Mark IV Supra, because for one, everybody, well, certain models, like a original turbo 5-speed hardtop one, they are going to be worth so much money because everybody takes the trannies out of them, parts them out, crushes the car, because nobody cares about Mark III Supras. Everybody cares about Mark IVs, but eventually they're going to be worth so much money because it's just one of those cars. Nobody cares about them right now, and they will be super rare because all of them get crushed and nobody really realizes it until the people that have them are just like, oh man, look at my $100,000 Mark III Supra. So I don't know. I'm gonna probably Destroyer Gray. I mean, that's the Destroyer Gray is the same as Nardo Gray to me, so not a 280ZX. Hey Dave, what about Hellcat paint in dealer situations? I don't know why people keep asking this question. I literally made a video, and I mean, it's just in the video. I mean, just go watch it. Hey, Dave, sorry I haven't hit you up on Insta. I don't have one. Shoot me an email and I'll send you that FCA login onto, um, let's see, log on to, oh man, I need a way to screenshot this. I don't know how, oh, I guess I can look back at this video, I think, hopefully the comments are still here. Yes, Destroyer Gray. I wish I knew somebody that actually worked for corporate Chrysler or something so they could, I mean, literally, I want to build the newer Charger Hellcat Magnum, and I feel like Dodge should kind of get behind this. I mean, they get behind a bunch of other stuff, and I don't feel like it would be too big of an ask to build what I want. And I mean, a lot of people are saying bring it to SEMA, and I think if it comes out how I want it, and it's 100% done by SEMA, it'd be cool to take it there. But I mean, that'd all be up. I'm not fronting any money to take a car to SEMA. There's no reason for me to take a car to SEMA because it's not going to do anything. There's not a bunch of my subscribers go to SEMA. It'd be better for me to build a car and then just go travel the country, and so people could check it out. But yeah, if Dodge like wanted to work something out, that'd be cool. But it's kind of hard getting in contact with larger corporations like that. I mean, we'll see. Destroyer Gray. What is your opinion on the new 1500 pickups, and what brand would you go with and why? I don't know. I probably would never buy a 1500 pickup. If I was going to get one, I don't know. It would be in between the Ford. No, I don't know if I'd do the Ford because it's such a small light truck. I'd probably go with the like the Ford Ranger. It's too small for what it is. I think it's a V6 diesel, but it's way too small for what it is. I'd probably go with the Dodge V6 diesel 1500 just because it's more of a 1500 pickup than the Ford Ranger. It just seems like it would be able to haul the weight. I mean, it's a little bit bigger of a truck. It's not super tiny. I mean, I just feel like it would be a little bit better of a platform to work with if you're gonna, have something that's diesel. If you don't want something that's diesel, I don't know. I'd definitely get something that's diesel if you're gonna have a truck. If you plan on towing stuff, and I don't know. I mean, I really like my diesel truck. If I didn't have it, I don't know what I'd do. Why not do a regular Jeep limited to a Trackhawk build? I don't see the reason to do that. Favorite build so far? Um, I mean, I'd have to say, I don't know. The 3000 GT is not done, but I'm gonna have to say right now, the 3000 GT when it's finished will be my favorite build I've done so far. The Hellcat's cool. I mean, the Hellcat's fast, but it's a Hellcat. I mean, I could go buy one of these from the dealership. 3000 GT's kind of unique. I mean, it's a little bit rare of a car. Not very many people really take care of them. I mean, a lot of people don't take care of them, but a lot of people don't really like them. They really have a crappy drivetrain that was put into them from the factory. But I mean, they're a cool car. They have the looks. They can be fast. I mean, I really want to make that car make around 550 horsepower, and I think that'd be perfect just for what it is. Because once you get past 550, you have to do so much extra additional stuff, and most of my cars I really don't plan on breaking any records with them. So yeah. What am I gonna do with the Volvo V70R? I mean, I might do something with it. I'm not sure yet. I just kind of got discouraged after it got hailed on, and I just don't know. I really was excited about it. I was ready to do the whole manual stuff, and just was getting everything ready. I'll probably still end up swapping the manual drivetrain into it and do the new updated engine and everything, but it just kind of got me down after it got hailed on. It was just one of those things. Let's see. Do I have an 8-speed to sell? I do not. Yeah, pick 3 colors, let us vote, and go from there. Hey there. Happy Easter. Happy Easter to you as well. What was my first car? So my first car, I've talked about this in other previous live streams, probably a long time ago, but my first car was what was it? I think it was maybe it was $400 or $500. It was a Suzuki Swift 3-cylinder, and it was the slowest. I mean, it was just like my first car. Is I bought it with the money that I had that I made over winter shoveling driveways and doing random jobs, and then I had a Suzuki Swift, and then after that I had what did I have after the Suzuki Swift? I had a Dodge Dynasty, which I traded my Suzuki for my mom's Dodge Dynasty because somebody backed into it with a trailer hitch into the door. And I just drove it around like that for quite some time. And then I got a Subaru GL10 Turbo, sold the Dodge Dynasty. And then after the Subaru, I got the 240, and that was like the car I had forever until I got like the next car. I mean, and then in those cars, I pretty much all bought with my parents. And the first car I ever bought by myself was I bought an Eagle Talon, like a 550 horsepower Eagle Talon from an auction in I bought that in, when did I buy that? I bought that in like 2008, I think, was when I bought that from an auction. And I knew the guy that worked at the auction, so he sold it to me for like $1,000. And it was fully built, 550 horsepower. I drove it home from the auction, super sketchy. And then I deleted the ABS, did all the stuff, redid all the intercooler piping, redid all the wiring, made it look super, super cool. I did like a write-up on the DSM forum of how to delete the ABS. Everybody like blew me up because they're like, oh, you're stupid for deleting the ABS. You need to keep that. And I was like, ABS sucks. But yeah, it was like the first car I ever bought. It was kind of stressful when I bought it because I mean, I had the money, but you know, it was the first time I ever bought. It's just a weird feeling when you buy a car by yourself and you're like, I don't know, it's like, how old was I? I think I was like 20. Maybe I was like 19. I don't know, something like that. But yeah, it was just an experience. So let's see. Why Samsung only? Well, I don't know what that means. Dave, why don't you do some cheap cars that you can do some quick flips? Well, the issue right now is nobody's going to be buying anything, and I'm going to end up with a bunch of cheap cars. So I was looking at a few cheap cars, but yeah, I'm going to end up, if whatever I buy, I'm not selling it for a long time. So because nobody's going to have money. Is YouTube a good job to have, or would you need a backup job? So YouTube is, I don't know, it could be a good job, but it fluctuates however Google sees fit for it. So, so right now so usually I make, my CPM is like clicks per million or whatever. And I make like 21, 22 bucks for, my clicks per million. But right now, because this whole stupid virus thing, I'm making like $5.41. So yeah, it's pretty bad. I mean, I'm not really making any money. I was just barely starting. I had last month was the first time I didn't like make any money, but I didn't lose any money. So it was like the first month I ever broke even, and now it's just like gone till whenever this whole thing's over and Google decides to start paying again, which is weird because I've literally on all my videos, I've been getting census ads. My friend just got a job for the census and they're paying him. He's a complete idiot. They're paying him. I mean, he's like a friend of a friend. He's a complete idiot. They're paying him like $21 an hour to cold call people for the census. So I can't believe what they're paying Google to run ads on my videos. It's probably just crazy. So I don't know. It's just a way for them to kind of line their pockets and make more money. I understand it's a business, but at the same time, there's really no reason for me to even post videos, but I still am. So hopefully you guys like the video tomorrow, and hopefully I'm appreciated because it took a lot of work, but eventually it'll pay off. So I do know someone who works for Chrysler Corporate. When you shoot me that email, I'll get you two in touch with each other. Awesome. I appreciate that. Thanks. It comes out nice. Dodge will just steal your idea. I mean, it's okay. He'll be on YouTube. Everybody will know who did it first, especially if 1320 gets a hold of it and runs with it, because I have seen them posting quite a few pictures of the Magnum Charger mashup. So I just feel like I should be able to bust out the chassis in, I'd say, by the end of the month, and get it hopefully painted. I have to figure out what color I'm going to paint it, but hopefully by the end of the month I could have at least that done. And then I have to order the rear bumper and stuff. That's kind of why I want to work with Dodge, because the wide body stuff's all on special order. So I kind of want to get around that so it can get like pre-approved or something, and just kind of get all that stuff so I could just get it done and get it painted and not have to wait like the Hellcat was, because that's the issue that happened with the Hellcat, was everything was on pre-approval because it was a wide body. So I don't want to run into those same issues. I don't want to be waiting 8 months for parts, because that just would be ridiculous. So stuck at 300 subs. Any suggestions to make more? I mean, YouTube isn't a quick game. I mean, it's something that you're going to have to be doing for quite some time, unless you do, you're like, I think even that Whistling Diesel guy, he's been on YouTube forever. I mean, I've been on YouTube for, I think, 7 years. So yeah, it's not something you're gonna just make a couple videos and you're gonna have a bunch of subscribers. I mean, it could happen. There's always those outliers in the rule, but yeah, for most of the people, it's not going to happen, especially with how many new people, because they're just sitting at home doing nothing or making videos and think they're going to blow up in YouTube. So yeah, it's probably going to be quite a bit harder now that there's more people trying than there ever has been before. Let's see. Lots of love and support from South Africa. When are you doing an update on the 240? I'm not sure. I mean, I need to I have a few things that I want to do before messing with the 240, because I need to take the 240 down to my shop, but I also need to take the FD down there because I want to get that running and everything. So yeah, I have a 2-stroke moped and don't know how to check how much 2-stroke is in it. Any suggestions, because I'm nervous driving it because I can't tell how much is in it? Like 2-stroke in the fuel? I mean, all you have to do is, if it's blue, then it's probably all right. I mean, as long as it doesn't look like gas, I mean, as long as it's like a shade of a color, you probably have enough oil in there. Lots of respect. You read and answer all comments. Thanks, Sid. Hi from India. What's going on? Ford or Chevy? I don't know. I like both. I mean, it really depends on the platform. I mean, there's there's a bunch of shitty Fords and there's a bunch of shitty Chevys. I mean, you can't. I'm not a guy that really cares, what company makes a car. I just care how good the car is produced and like what technology is in it. If they're trying, um, I mean, there's so many good cars out there. You can't just be like, oh yeah, I'm Ford. Oh yeah, I'm Chevy. I know a lot of people are like that, but at the end of the day, Ford makes a lot of cool cars. I mean, the Ford GT 350s. I mean, the RSs. They're really really cool cars. But I mean, Dodge has cool cars. Nissan has cool cars. I mean, there's just so much out there. It's just, I mean, it's just not worth not driving them all or trying to drive them all. I'd love to drive every car. I mean, it'd be cool. Why would they pay less during the time everyone is home watching every video on YouTube? I think it was time YouTubers could really make money. Yeah, so I think that's what people thought was going to happen, but I think Google also thought that's what was going to happen. So they just, you know, kind of dropped all the revenue across the whole platform. So nobody makes really any money and they don't lose any money. So I mean, it's a smart plan. I mean, a lot of people are home watching videos. They'd be shelling out a lot of money, but also they're kind of making a lot of money, if you ask me. But um, I don't know. It's a tough time right now to kind of figure out what's going to happen and what's going to happen in the next month or 2 months or 3 months. So, man, that cop just pulled out in front of that car. They almost got in a wreck. Dave, you didn't make it clear what the dealership paid you for the repaint, and given the wheel was also confused about the paint and wash again. I just now to get doesn't get. I mean, they paid for. I said that in the video that they paid for the damage that they caused the paint, and they gave me a wheel that they damaged from the brake fluid. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. So I could have gone after him probably for a lot more if I would have really wanted to, but I'm not really that type of person. I just wanted them to fix their mistake, and they did. So that's all I really was worried about, and that's all I made the video about. So, have you met Brent from PFI? He's a great guy. Yeah, so me and Brent have met quite a few times. I mean, I think I've gone up there, man, I don't know. We've went up there a few times to get dynoed. We did the Cletus and Cars demo derbies together in Houston. And I mean, we've done quite a few things together. I mean, I don't really call him or anything. I mean, I don't have his phone number, and I don't know. He's just an acquaintance that I know through Trevor. It's not like somebody that, we're not friends. I mean, we're acquaintances. It's just one of those things. I mean, until like somebody's like me and Trevor or me and Jesse or something like that, when we hang out, I don't really like. I'll have a bunch of acquaintances, but I mean, I'm not going to call a bunch of people my friends when we just hang out to do like YouTube or work stuff. I mean, it doesn't really make sense. So, um, when are you and Trev going to race Hellcat versus Supra? I mean, I don't know. I mean, the Hellcat weighs quite a bit more than Supra, but I mean, we've been kind of waiting, kind of seeing what happens with the whole cop situation, seeing how they are reacting to this whole like, the lockdown and everything, because they kind of changed their routes and everything. So you have to take that into account if you want to stay safe from getting tickets. So no, it's two separate tanks for the two-stroke, and you can't see how much is in it. Are you talking about I thought he said a moped. I really don't know much about mopeds, but um, I mean, like two-stroke, I don't know. Okay, I have no clue. Love the videos. I just got to drive my Hemi swap Charger today. It was great. That's tight. Suggestions for a cheap, fast first car. I mean, really, it's not going to be fast if it's cheap. A lot of Hondas, I mean, they sound fast. They're really slow when you see them go by. But I don't know. It just depends. I mean, it depends on your budget. Depends what you want to get. I would almost get something that you could build long term that you're going to enjoy, or get something cheap and just save up to get something fast later on. But silly question, but would you like to visit South Africa? Hopefully, one day you're successful enough to host events across the world. Really enjoy your content, very unique and intricate. Thanks. I mean, I really wanted to. Um, I don't know, where's that? There's a place in South Africa. I think it's in South Africa that I've been wanting to kind of visit, but um, what's it called? It's I don't know. It's somewhere down there, but I definitely don't want to go right now because there's so much stuff going on. But maybe closer to the end of the year. I really wanted to go to Russia. I wanted to go to Japan. I want to go to Australia. So maybe I could just kind of make a loop around, um, that part of the world or something, just to kind of visit a lot of places. And it's just kind of hard having so much stuff to really leave the country when yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of hard because I have so many cars and stuff because I can't watch them when I'm gone, and I really don't know what's going on. It's kind of stressful, but mm, basically, I want to say that you have to get the car repainted yourself. They now don't have to do anything with it. They paid what the body shop estimated to paint it. So um, it really, if they paid me or they didn't pay me, all I'd have to do is take it down to the body shop and they'll paint it. So yeah, I just drive a minivan, take the seats out to haul stuff. Police pay me, hold on, pay me no mind. Cheap on insurance too. My flashy days are over. I mean, it kind of, it's kind of, I don't know, in a way. So there's two sides of it. The good thing is if you drive a brand new car or something like that, like if you buy a car outright, really it's pretty hard for police to pay you any mind because they think that you have a new car. It's not an old busted piece of shit. Um, they just really don't care about it. But at the same time, it costs a lot of money. You could just drive. I mean, I miss one car. I really miss. I used to have. I think it was a '95 Sentra with the 1.6 in it. It got like 50 miles a gallon. It was a complete piece of crap, but it was so cheap to drive. I think the insurance on it was like $200 a year, and it cost me probably. I mean, I drove that thing everywhere. No maintenance. Just drove it till it died. I put a clutch in it actually, but the water pump, the timing chain finally ate through the casting on the block, like into a coolant passage. So that was game over. So I could have put another engine in it, but I decided not to. But it was like I really loved that car. It was just such a piece of crap. I didn't care about it. It got me all over the place. Um, no questions asked. Doing 50 miles a gallon. So Lambo Killer versus Hellcat. That's not even a race. Trevor's car weighs like 2,200 pounds or something. The Hellcat weighs like 5,000 pounds and only makes 700. It's racing apples against oranges. It's just funny when people in Civics are just like, yeah, I beat your Hellcat with my 2,000-pound Civic. It's like, yeah, I have heated seats and navigation. So, I mean, the Hellcat's fast. I mean, another thing about it is you never see somebody in a Civic. I mean, once you hit 150, um, yeah, they're behind you. So Trevor already found that out in his Civic because he raced the Hellcat and the guy was just like pulling on him. He's like, yeah, I was doing 120 and he was pulling away. So it's another thing. I mean, they're heavy cars. They're made for going 200 miles an hour, not for really going 0 to 60. I mean, they do it, but it's still a 5,000 pound car. So it's just not the same class. I mean, it's like a wrestling. If I had let's take two people. Man, I'd have to know like actors' names. If I had like some skinny kid from high school wrestle like Thor from like the Avengers, that's kind of the same thing. So yeah, or a sumo wrestler or something. Some skinny kid wrestles a sumo wrestler. So um subscriber for a few months. Big fan of your content. Thanks, Paul. I have a Mazda 3 that if you drive it hard, it misfires sometimes. It's a 1.6 diesel with the Ford engine. It is injectors. I don't know if it's losing power and hold on. It's not losing power and drives perfect. That drive misfires sometimes. I mean, if it's misfiring, it might just be a glow plug issue. I mean, I'd check your glow plugs, maybe the relay or something, or it could be. I mean, I don't know. It could be a fuel issue, but I don't know. I really doubt it'd be a fuel issue. But I'd check the glow plugs to see if any of them are bad, because sometimes those like engage glow plugs off and on, depending on RPM and stuff like that. Have you ever had a Saab? I have had a Saab, but I didn't have it for very long. I just fixed it and sold it. So actually, I fixed it for my ex-girlfriend's friend because she had a kid and she needed a car. So I bought a cheap Saab, sold it to her for pretty cheap while still making money, and it was a win-win kind of thing. But then I had to like work on it for like the rest of eternity until we broke up. So yeah, I mean that's how things go. Thanks anyway, man. Watching all the way from the Caribbean. Hell yeah. Is it Cape Town? Is what Cape Town? Let's see. It's also when you started it up, it starts rough, the Mazda. Um, Yeah, I mean that almost sounds like glow plugs, or maybe your injection pump might be failing. I mean, there's a few things. It sounds fuel related for sure. If it runs good, it doesn't sound. I mean, I checked blow by. Maybe it has a lot of blow by on one cylinder. Not sure. I mean, all you have to do is pull the oil cap off of it and see if there's any like puffing. Usually, it should stay pretty consistent. Or if there's a lot of blow by, it should have like a moderate amount, depending on the miles. Some stuff should be coming out of there. It should look like a little bit of a misty mist coming out of it. If it's like a train, the more it's like a train, the worse it probably is on blow by. But yeah, it sounds more fuel related. If it kind of only does it when it's just starting up, or maybe glow plug related, I'd check. Maybe put a new set of glow plugs in it or something. What's up, Dave? What's up? I had 6 Chevy Novas from age 16 on. Wish I still had one good one. Getting harder to get one. Yeah, it's funny how those cars, there's just so many of them, and then they just kind of dry up quick. I mean, it happens in the matter of like maybe 10 years. I mean, they're there forever. You're like, man, these things aren't worth anything. And then like they're all gone. That means quick versus fast, right? What's going on with the FD? Haven't seen anything on it in a while. I just need to get down to the shop to build and weld the turbo manifold. Hi, what's up, Tony? Hi from the UK. Love the vids. Thanks. What's going on with the charger chop? There's going to be a video Monday. Check it out. Yo, Dave. What's up, monkey boy? Hey Dave, what do you think about me getting a Ram 1500 V8 manual 5-speed with the 5.9 Magnum? Um, Jesse's brother had one of those, the older ones, and I mean, it drove forever. I mean, the cats eventually plugged up in it, and they cut them off and straight piped it, and then it ran super good. But they I don't know. It's a truck. I mean, they're decent, but I don't know. I've never really owned one, so I don't know. It has 70K miles. Should I try replacing the fuel filter first? Yeah, I'd probably do fuel filters and glow plugs because I mean, if it has 70K miles, you might as well do glow plugs anyway. Um, Especially if it's starting hard in the morning, kind of points towards glow plugs or a lot of blow by. But and then it kind of would eliminate some factors, and they're pretty cheap. I mean, you could usually tell fuel filters if there's usually your fuel filters, if you haven't changed it for 70K miles, it's probably going to be pretty black. If there's any metal in it, you're probably going to want to look into fuel system, high pressure oil pump, stuff like that, and just kind of go from there, especially if there's ever been water in your fuel. Got a front end wrecked Magnum SRT8. Plan to put a 1966 Chevelle body on it. Anything about the computer exploding, the airbags I have to reset. I mean, if you're going to put it on an older body, I don't think you're really going to be able to, you're only going to be able to have the steering wheel and the dash airbag. The curtains, I don't know how you'd have to make it so they bolted in, and so they kind of, I mean, this has the headliner covers it, so you'd have to make it pop out so the curtains would go in there. I don't know, it'd just be kind of I'd probably just do the steering wheel and the one airbag on the dash, and then the seat belts obviously, or just not do any of them and then just do racing harnesses or something like that. Anything new with the Super Duty? Nope. I've just been driving it around. It's a good truck and really haven't had any issues with it. Like to build a Ford Escort. Not really sure if you get that in the States. They have like the Ford Escort Cosworths, which seems like there's quite a few of them imported into the United States because I've seen plenty of them for sale. But yeah, I mean, they're pretty cool cars. I would rather have a Lancia Delta, but I mean, they're still a cool, unique, like little, I don't know. It depends if you get like the wagon version or not. What do you think of Street Bandito's Datsun 240? I've never even heard of it. And when will your RB30 Datsun 240 see new life again? I don't know. That's a question. Maybe when I have enough money to build it correctly. Thanks, big dog. Appreciate you. No problem. Thanks. What does everyone think about the El Camino? I mean, they're pretty cool. Also, my cousin has a 2004 Nissan Terrano. It has good compression and has cream on the cap, but is not burning coolant. I mean, it depends. Those things, if you don't drive them long enough, I mean, if they're only driving that a few miles, you'll have condensation, which will kind of mimic a blown head gasket on the cap. But I mean, I just drive it. I don't know. I'd drive it for like an hour straight, and it'd probably be gone. You won't see that anymore, as long as it isn't a gasket. Hey Dave from Cape Town, South Africa. Man, that's like, I think that's like 4 people in here from South Africa. That's kind of cool. What's up, Mark? So, is this here, let's see if my video is finished uploading. And, ooh, it is finished processing too. Hell yeah. Look at that. So now we are done with that. That video is up for tomorrow. And we could go home. So now, oh, actually, I'm not going to go straight home. I'll drive the Hellcat around a little bit more because she is fun to drive. But it is 55 minutes. I've had quite a few questions. Rip the Hellcat now. Hell yeah. 2.55 cylinder for Focus. Ooh. I mean, I've really liked how the Volvo 5 cylinders felt. I've never had a Focus 5 cylinder, but are you thinking about putting a post lift in the shop? Maybe a 4-post or something in my shop, just so I could store an extra car. But probably not in like a 2-post, because if I do that, I'd have to mount and stuff, and I really don't want to deal with anything in that shop. For now, I'll probably just work towards building or buying a house and then building a shop on it or something. Just I don't know. I don't really like doing stuff to something I don't own. It's just one of those things. It's on the oil stick as well. I mean, it might be a blown head gasket. Depends on how much is on the oil stick. Unless they're running E85. I mean, if it's running E85, then that's I just changed the oil. It might just be, it doesn't sound like it, but do you think I don't even know what that is. Crashed recently, can be rebuilt. Huh. Thoughts on an RS3? I mean, they look kind of cool. Hi from Sacramento. What is going on? But yeah, looks like I'm going to end the live stream here. Thanks for tuning in and watching, because I appreciate everybody that watches my videos. Hopefully you guys appreciate the videos I make, and hopefully, you know, I'm doing the Charger Magnum Hellcat video, the first episode, tomorrow. So check it out. It's going to be live at 8 a.m. So if you guys aren't doing anything, which I think most people are not, check it out, share with your friends. And as always, see you guys next time.